Hello Slicers, this is Pat Gorman, and no, I haven't lost my mind, but I'm doing this in the dark because I want to highlight the golf shaft and talk about how much the shaft should rotate when you're swinging it. Slicers, you're going to love this and you're going to learn a bunch. Now, just to give you a quick little insight where I'm at, I'm right on the shoreline of Lake Monona in Madison, Wisconsin. You can see the Capitol is right over my left shoulder here. This is a beautiful place, and I thought, gosh, what better way to help slicers improve their ball striking than by making this fun video. And I've got kind of a fun little makeshift lightsaber here. So slicers, the first thing we've got to address is your grip pressure. Instinctively, when golfers want to hit, especially the longer clubs, it's as if they're bracing for a collision, and you start to hold tighter, and that's the very thing we don't want to do, because that's going to slow the club down and it keeps the face open. So if we're starting at address here, you see both colors, you slicers are like this through the ball, and there's just no way that face is ever coming around, and that's why it's a glancing blow and it slides off to the right. There's no distance. So what we want to do is we want to first get used to what should a grip pressure feel like, especially as the clubs get longer. Now granted, you want to feel like it's the same, but I would say in general, as the clubs get longer, it's okay to just get a little bit softer. So on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being as tight as you can hold it, I used to work for Arnold Palmer Golf Academy, and when I was talking to him one time on the range, I asked him what his grip pressure was at, and he said 6-ish, maybe 7 on his irons, but when he got to his driver, he was down to a 3. So I'm holding the shaft here, and so what I want you to do is just take some half swings and get a feel of what it would be like to swing the club maintaining a 4 or 5. And you can see, look at how the colors are changing. And that's the second thing I want to address here. When I'm at address, I can see both colors. When you have a good takeaway, you want to feel like your shoulders are controlling the flow of your arms, the shaft together. As I go past my right quad, I can still see both colors. Now, as I continue to turn, my shoulders, my wrists are going to gradually hinge, and then you can see, and I can see when I look back, it's mostly green. So there's a little bit of rotation that's happening in your hands and arms when you're going back. That helps build speed. So now here's the important part. For you slicers, when you're coming toward the golf ball, just let your feet get a little head start, but now you're going to want to feel like you want to see that orange a little sooner. Get the feeling that the club head is going to the target sooner, like that. I can feel right here, you can see the butt end, or the end is pointing to the ground, and now it's going to point right back into my stomach, and it's pointing right back down. So a good drill for you slicers, aside from these colors, when you're halfway back, you can see mostly green. Now, how soon could I see orange? And if you're doing that, if you're seeing that color earlier, that club face is it's squaring up and closing, rotating to the target. It's going faster. You're going to get more compression, and bye-bye slice. But it's going to feel very awkward when you first try that. You just have to be very patient and work through that. And I would suggest just do a number of rehearsals, just like I was doing here, just going halfway back to then see the one color, which was on my left side of the shaft. As I'm going back, I see the green. I'm now rotating it back, but if I'm going to go sooner, so I can feel the club head going to the target already, I'm seeing all the orange, and the butt end is back down. And just to play with that a little bit, take some masking tape, put that on the side of the sides of the shaft, color one side one color, the other side a different color. So when you go back halfway like I just was, you should see that one color. As you're coming down, you want to see the other color a little sooner, and watch the club head as it's closing, going over. You want to get the feel for that, but you got to go slow, half speed, get the feel for it, and you have to maintain that softer grip pressure, that 4 or 5. So be patient, like I said, go slow, and then when you want to get a golf ball in front of you, I would suggest just teeing them up just a little bit. Work with maybe a wedge, 9, 8 iron, and just make the same swings and just see what happens. You should see the ball is going to fly a little lower, and it's definitely going to go further. Any questions you have or any comments, feel free to leave those down below. If you like these videos, you know what to do. Until that next golf shot, enjoy it.